Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Today you are watching the extended recap of the Citizencon demo. This is basically a little bit more of the live demo, but a little bit shortened to actually let you see the points of interest and not just all the travel time and basically the overhead of the show. So here is the big planet which we are watching, which is pretty incredible. Looked very awesome. If you actually haven't seen all the information about Citizencon, I have another video on the top right now, which you can click and you get all the information excluding the Citizencon demo. But here is the Citizencon demo. It looks absolutely astonishing. At first I was like, it could be a little bit better. Especially the trees, they have a pretty big pop-in. But San Tracy actually said in a recent interview that they're still working on the trees and they're not on a point yet where they're happy yet with it. But aside from the trees, it looks absolutely incredible, and the terrain blending, that's really insane. You don't know exactly when a new biome starts, for example, because it's all so seamless. That is really what is impressing me in this demo. And of course the attention to detail, especially if you come from so far away up so close. And I must say, Chris Roberts didn't lie when he said, okay, we will have Crisis-like maps. And I must say, I really get from this point of view, I really get a Far Cry feeling, especially with the trees and stuff. It looks very, very cool. And that sun over there, what you see, you can fly over there. I mean, that's just the magic of this game. Wow. And here we actually get to the point what looks like the Matterhorn, or well, at least a very big mountain. There we go.
They missed it. Yeah. He actually says hello Citizencon, but you guys are all laughing when you saw the guy.
Looks incredible. Must say it was a very interesting demo. The story behind this is actually that you are going on this planet, which we will do in a moment, and we have to retrieve a black box from a ship which is crashed over here. So that's pretty much the story, and on the way we will be exploring a little bit, we will be seeing stuff. Here we get a, we will be flying in the Constellation Aquila, which we will see right now. And Aquila is not in the game yet, but it will be coming in, I think it was 3.0. I'm actually very sure it's 3.0, so you will be able to fly this ship then at the end of 2016. Along with the Caterpillar and some other ships.
In Constellation Aquila.
Looks very good.
There's some contrails. So we're heading towards the distress beacon. So the idea with this would be that, you know, you potentially could get a mission where you get a distress beacon and you're going to find out on, you know, in this particular case, this planet, so we're heading towards it.
I also really like the music in the background. Really gives a nice atmospheric science fiction feeling. Really well done.
Right, so I think this is telling us the atmospheric conditions are unsafe. And one of the key gameplay things you want to do on, because obviously the planetary tech is going to allow us to have a whole bunch of play areas we don't normally have, is to encourage players not to always, you know, maybe you can't always fly there, maybe you have to get out and use your rover, for instance, which you have in Aquila. So it's fine, let's go find in a landing zone that's on the edge of the desert plain.
There we go. Now he's going to land on this station right here. The thing is, which I'm a little bit worried about, is will there be enough content and enjoyable content on such a big planet? I mean, You will see it soon as well when he's driving amongst the planets and exploring a little bit. But I think it's really hard to fill such a big planet with lots of fun content. I think the key is here to have it a little bit player driven as well and make big points of interest which attracts players so you can actually come across, because in such a big game like this, the game can easily get the feeling of emptiness. I think there's other games which have that. I mean, just name any MMO which doesn't get played too much, and you feel very lonely in such a vast space, a very big space right here. And even, I'm not sure if the NPCs, which are in a ratio 90% is NPC, 10% is players, if that will be solved by that.
We've been working on that thing for the... I know it's a small thing, but I always want to have the landing gear.
So there we go. Actually, the landing gear compressed in the demo, which is very cool. Actually gives the ship a way more weighty feeling when you land it, and also much more softer touch. So for example, if you land it right now, you have a hard touch, you almost bounce, and that is not the case right now. So you can put your armor on. There's actually weapons as well up to the right.
Let's be nice and tidy, close the locker up, and then grab
He didn't
gun just in case
grab,
there's some hostiles out there.
do his hand to the gun, so that's a little bit disappointing.
Like, for instance, you shouldn't be able to sort of sit in heavy armor flying a ship. Maybe you're in your flight suit and then you go and equip your armor or your EVA suit when you need to go outside and do stuff. And so you sort of want to make it quite immersive and have different reasons to be equipping and using different stuff.
And for example, the flag physics, which you see right there.
Notice, this is,
those are one of the better I've seen in any game. Also the facial animations and textures look very good. I like how the weapon is actually equipped on the side of him. A little bit like Arma's doing it. So not just a weapon popping up from nowhere. That's important for me, because if you see an enemy, you want to identify what weapon he is carrying, what equipment he has with him. So that's very important to see. So there we go, the ramp is going down and we will have a nice Ursa rover right there. Looks very good. I think they actually improved this as well.
We saw the Constellation Aquila commercial a while ago. We are now doing this in game, in real time. Awesome.
Looks very good, especially if you're with a few friends. I think it can hold up to 4 persons. Also has a nice turret with it. So yeah, pretty good equipment right there. Just look at those flag physics. That's just great. I've never seen that in game, and it looks very lifelike. I will definitely, if I get to play this, I will definitely be watching the flag like, oh my god, this looks awesome. And it will probably react on the weather outside, and all the weather on the planet is actually simulated. So there's no faking in it. It just looks very good. We got some new camera angles as well. So here we can see the wheel. We got a new third person camera angles as well, which makes a very cinematic feeling. And it looks ridiculous. Just think about it. This is what we saw just from like 10,000 kilometers away. And now we're actually so close, we can just see it and just inches away from it. Also, the same is applying, the compression is applying to the wheels, which on the Ursa rover. So here we actually got to the first distress beacon. So there we go. As you can see, it actually has a lot of equipment attached to it. This is probably also how the repair mechanics in the game will work. So for example, in the Constellation and some other ships, you also got those panels, those access panels, and this is probably what will be beneath it. So terminals to repair, to to repair the stuff, to cool it, to do everything. All the main subsystems are all in those compartments. And for example, the engineering guys will be able to open those access panels, and I think there's something similar to that right there. Also, the physics on that clothing right there on that tent stuff, really good looking, really good, really nice. So here we got the Firefly, which will also be in 3.0 by the way. Make no mistake there. And here we got a nice little shot of the third person camera view. So now we're actually traveling a little bit. Got to see a little bit more from the third camera views and stuff. Looks very cool. So there we go. Really was getting a little bit of a Mad Max feeling over here. Really with the sandstorms in the distance and with the desert-like environment. Looks really cool. So we actually picked up the distress beacon before. And now we're actually getting to the escape pod, which is supposed to be here.
Much better pilot than me. So you should give me
Also here, mount pilot seat. That's actually the inner thought system. That's also new in 3.0. Looks very good. Looks very good. I'm looking forward to that because that's a lot better than we have right now. So here we go to the escape pod. There we go. Another terminal which we have right here, which also be in or probably the access panels. So there we go. We are extracting all the information from the escape pod right here. And then we just go back to exploring. As you can see, this is really impressive.
And if you look closer, you can actually see the rings slowly rotate. But that is the space station we flew past on the way down.
Well,
that's kind of what the sort of...
Well, Chris actually already said it. You can actually see the rings rotating on the space station. So that's pretty incredible. Very awesome. So here they traveled a little bit. We're actually getting to the destructed ship right here, which is the Javelin. Javelin destroyer, I think it's around 350 meters. A pretty long ship. Very interesting. We actually see it destructed right here. And I think before you make a destructed ship, you probably want to have it close to a finished state in an operational state. Because if you don't have it operational and you make the damage state and something changes, that's a lot of extra work. So I imagine the Javelin is pretty far in development.
Nice shot.
So nice shot right there with the sniper rifle on an NPC. Pretty incredible.
Vince got cocky. He's like on the move too.
So there we go. We're going to get a little bit more up close. Especially those NPCs right here. They give me a little bit of a Star Wars feeling. Really like the Star Wars clothing and stuff. Really, really good. So here we go. We're climbing the Javelin. Looks like a very majestic, iconic ship. Pretty incredible. Just to think about, that's actually flying in space. This big behemoth will actually be flying there. And you will be able to operate it with multiple people. I think it's quite a lot of people. I was thinking about, I'm not even sure, but a lot of NPCs at least, and you need a lot of players to actually do it. Probably a big organization, which will come in handy with the new system which they have for all the social media platform which Turbulent made. There we go. That looks super awesome.
That looks like it's getting close.
Here, the sandstorm is actually getting closer.
Let's get out of here.
So he's trying to seek a bit of shelter right here.
Hurry up, Vince. Go quick. Jump.
Especially really like the sound effects right here. Just imagine playing this in virtual reality, for example. That will just be very, very cool. So here we got the bridge. This was the bridge. It's now pretty damaged. But again, you will be able to fully operational fly this. So that was the sandstorm, which actually destructed the original path where you came from.
Alright, that's not good. We just lost our way in.
So now we can go inside the ship. See an NPC, kill him. I will actually try to knife him. He was probably asleep or something. And also, we got the vision stabilization in right now. So there's not a lot of head bobbing. They're still trying to find a bit of balance, but it looks very good. A lot better than before. It's also a very good video to actually explore the ship a little bit. See how it looks like in the game. Pretty incredible. Especially in a second we will actually be going into a very big engine of the ship. So there up front we have one of the engines of the ship, which are pretty big. And there you really see the atmospheric lightning shining in this game with all the dust particles going with the lightning shafts. That's really interesting. Really like the feel of this. Also you can hear the wind, very noisy, very a bit noisy, but also a bit in the distance. Really a little bit silent. Really well done. Really well done. So there's actually a crew coming in, which is out to get us. Ooh, and there's a giant worm, which actually reminds me of Dune 2000. Pretty cool looking, very awesome.
Maybe that's not such a good idea.
Here, there we go. Looks super awesome.
How did it? Okay, that's the first time it's ever done that. But you get to see the pull out twice now. How did it go to the console?
There we go. So that's the javelin right there. This is the planet where everything played. And then you see this vast planet pulling out. And that's just insane right there. Looks very good. Looks very good. So yeah, that was pretty much the most important stuff which you maybe didn't see yet at CitizenCon. So I thank you all for watching, and I have some more videos for you. So for example, if you missed the information of CitizenCon, I have a pretty short recap with all the crucial information from CitizenCon. You will be able to click that here on the left. And if you actually want to know more about the Star Marine development, which is also coming up, you can click here on the right, which is pretty interesting as well. They didn't give a lot of information, but I will give a lot of information which was known in which was last known when still Ilphonic was working on it, and we didn't really hear lots about it. So that's still pretty interesting if you want to see that. So yeah, I thank you all for watching, and if you like what you see, subscribe, give a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.